Hello everybody and welcome back to PSGL F5. We're here at Silverstone. It is the British Grand Prix here for round 6 in the PS Championship, and some drama early on as Kaki has DNF'd from qualifying. Unsure to what happened there, but the Mercedesman is out already. We are just quickly into qualifying, and some provisional times are just being set, but I shall introduce the man joining me as per usual here for the F5 tier. Brendan, how are you doing?
I am doing very well. And yourself?
Not too bad at all. We're here for F5, of course, as per usual. Last week's winner, Cameron, is on home turf this evening. As Kaki's saying he's doing the last to first, so that is what he's doing there. Cameron is just about starting a lap, but there is some people currently on time laps. Pipmat's on an out lap. Fleddy on a lap as well. Seems to be an Alpine. Is that Terra Racer coming across the line to complete his lap? No, it's not. The colours on the Williams really thrown me off this season.
Yeah, it can be a little confusing. Obviously, the Alpine is a different shade of blue, but then Red Bull and Williams are fairly similar, so that can throw you off easily.
A couple of drivers on the mediums to do their first runs. That is Hazara, Topia, Bugatti and Tactician on the mediums so far to do their opening runs, as we are on board with Bugatti now for the time being. We're going to get some laps being completed in the second. Oh, that's Topia actually making a mistake on the exit, and that just has to get out of the way for Bjorn. That is Sherry DePie, 27.6, instantly beaten by a second ahead of Sink Yogurt, who's almost hit the back. He's crashed. The McLaren has crashed and is out.
Along with Cherry to buy.
What has happened there? That is colossal scenes. That is crazy scenes. At the start of qualifying, that is Yogurt and Cherry to Pie out.
And that's 3 out of 15 cars done before you've even got into single digits of minutes left.
That is 3 cars gone, and that is very, very dramatic here at the start of qualifying. Cameron's gone with a 27.6, Terra Racer with a 26.8, Bjorn 27.1, and Fleddy 27.2, and that's Terra Racer 20. Oh no, sorry, someone's beat it. It's Mark with a 27.0. So early drama here in qualifying. That's Tactician in the Ferrari 29.8, top of the medium runners, but that is beaten by Hazara, who's top of the medium runners there. Topia with a 46.2, of course, he seems to be on a second run as well as Pitman, and here comes Bugatti to complete his run. It's a 36.5. A mistake has been made somewhere in that lap. I wonder, Brendan, are we getting some of those desync issues we did see in the higher tiers? I'll check the general chat now. Yogurt was going for another lap. That is what happened there. It was Yogurt going for another lap, and Cherry to Pie was sat on the apex. So if anything, it is probably just a racing collision, because well, bit of a miscommunication between the two drivers. Pipmat is on another lap in the second Aston Martin. Of course, his teammate Cherry DePie is gone from the early parts of this session. A lot of yellow flags on the track, but there is 12 minutes remaining here in qualifying. It is Pipmat, who I believe is a British driver, Brendan. You may correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a home Grand Prix for the Aston Martin man.
Let's see. Well, generally, league racing do have a lot of British drivers.
Here comes Pipmat though. He's rounding the final corner to the Hamilton straight, and it is 7th, a 27.1 for Pipmat. Not a bad time at all. He will be getting back into the box, as Fleddy seems to be on another. No, he's down on his time. He won't be getting that much in the last sector, I believe, so the track will die down prematurely. Black Box seems to be pushing it in the Mercedes, a car typically good around Silverstone, especially when it is at the hands of Sir Lewis Hamilton himself, the British-born driver. We will check the telemetry. He is on a lap, he is burning ERS, and he's low on fuel, so Black Box is pushing it to the limits, the only IF4 representative in this tier. As that is into the pits for Black Box. Everyone seems to have completed their first run. We have 3 DNFs, of course, we have Kaki, we have Yogurt, and we have Cherry to Pie. But Yogurt is still on provisional pole position. Wouldn't it be quite funny if Yogurt got pole while not even completing qualifying necessarily? I'd find that quite amusing. As this is the dull part of qualifying. Tactician is the only man out on track. Oh no, sorry, Cameron and Terror Racer have just exited onto the asphalt.
In lap.
Pipmat is on an in-lap, correct. Is that Tactician on a fast lap here? No, he's setting up for a fast lap. And if this is his fast lap, it is not very fast. It is a 31.4 for that lap, which he will have to improve on. A Tactician in the Ferrari. He's had some good points in the season. The pole in the first round, and almost won a Ferrari's home Grand Prix in Monza. Sadly, couldn't take that one. That one was taken away from him. Apologies by Cameron, who is about to start another lap. Will we go on board with Cameron and go through his lap, because we haven't did it this session yet?
Well, yeah, obviously on the outlet right now, heading into Stowe. Going fairly quickly for an outlap, given also the fact that he has a lot of space, which means he won't get held up, although he won't really get any chance of a tow any part of that. So, as we begin the lap on the Hamilton straight into turn 1, and then to the kink of 2 for we have braking zone of 3, where it's important to have a decent rhythm in the 4 and onto the left kink of 5, and down I believe might be the Wellington straight, and we're into Brooklands. I'm going to try to take an apex now in Luffield. Whereas he's shifting up very early for the gears, which is interesting enough. And now, well, it looks like he might get a slipstream, but... And then into Cops. It doesn't look like the dirt here has affected his run too much. And into Maggie's Beckett into Chapel. We've seen a Red Bull overtake a Mercedes there. Oh, and that's the lap gone.
Lap gone for Cameron, unfortunately, and it was a fast one. Here comes his rival Terror Racer around the club chicane. Here comes Terror Racer. It is no positional improvement, and marginally behind the Scotsman at the hands of the Red Bull. He is back into the pits. Mark and the other Williams is currently P5. Bit of a pickup in performance from Mark. He had a poor start to the season, qualified last in a couple of races, but the Williams has picked up his performance. So doing good is the Spanish native as we enter Maggots, Beckett's and into Chapel Curve. Is he still pushing on this lap? We'll get the telemetry up. He does seem to be pushing. Can't really tell. Kaki saying Yogurt knife from the back will be funny. Well, Yogurt may not be from the back, as he still currently has provisional pole position, which is a fantastic qualifying time for your opening lap. But here comes Mark, the Williams driver, of course, as we were saying, rounding the final corner. It is an improvement to 4th position, and that is not bad at all from Mark CP99. Some more drivers on laps. Tapia, Black Box, we have Ferreira as well. Bugatti has invalidated actually in that Red Bull. He's not in another lap. Pipmat just entering turn 1, and Bjorn has completed his lap. It is 6th for Bjorn, but he still could get a run in. Fleddy is improving. Fleddy, of course, in the Alpine for today. He is doing good at 5th. That car, well, I don't think Carson is a main driver anymore. I will clarify that one for you later. I believe this seat does now belong to Fleddy, but he is purple in 2 here. This is a decent lap for the Alpine. Down into the Vale chicane. As that is Tapia, gone 6th in the Haas. Good lap from Tapia. Here comes Fleddy, rounding the final corner. It is provisional pole position for the Alpine. That is a good lap from Fleddy, and I wouldn't be surprised if that one is starting at the front of the grid here, Brendan.
Yeah, so Fleddy at the on-pole position, which has been a surprise, as he hasn't really been at the front of the grid for most of the season. But it's better late than never, and this might be the start of a turnaround of form. Although his form hasn't been terrible by any means, it would represent a huge leap in performance.
Huge leap in performance from Fleddy, and Pitman has gone 5th on that lap from 8th. Not a bad shout. Do let us know if the audio is okay in the stream. We had some issues last week where there was a lot of popping and crackling. So do let us know if it is okay. If you could, that would be great. If our voices are cutting in and out, it may not be a solution for tonight, but we will try get it sorted. Bugatti is pushing on another lap in the Red Bull. His teammate Cameron is a real championship challenger, leading the championship now, I believe. Grimbos isn't here tonight again, so Haas a one-man band once again. Purple in 2 for Bugatti. Unsure if that is a legitimate purple too, but we will wait and see as he pushes. Oh, he's in the pits, so he's backed out of that. So I doubt it was a legitimate purple too, but he's backed out, and that's Hazara who's gone 2nd. That's an unexpected lap from Hazara. We haven't really seen him up there. Britain seems to be a track for the underdogs.
Yeah. I mean, so neutral times are always close enough, and that often means if you can get the real good lap in, you can jump up a position or two from where you would expect to be. Although Hazara is, I believe, 6th in the standings, as he did claim a 2nd, although these standings, oh well, this is from after Zandvoort, and I believe standings haven't been updated for after Monza. So,
it sounds like the commentator is preparing food in a microphone in the background. Okay, that's me, because I have the big humming at the back of my mic. I don't know how to solve that right now. We will try get it sorted as quickly as possible. You are popping and crackling in the party, so we're going to hope that gets sorted as well. Ferreira is our only man on out lap. Hazara is on the in lap in the AlphaTauri. Oh, Tactician, sorry, is on circuit as well. He's on a flyer, I believe. So we'll have to see what Tactician can do. He is pushing it, but it doesn't seem to be that quick sector times just yet. He's no, he's definitely not pushing it. He's only a lap of some sort. We are getting into the business end of qualifying. 3 minutes to go. A lot of drivers on the out laps for the final part of qualifying. Brendan, is the reverse strategy, is it overpowered here, or does starting on the softs mean an advantage?
There's not really that much of a difference. It can often depend on which like basically which tire you really prefer. If you were starting on softs but prefer the mediums, you could lose out a little if your tire wears in great on the softs, but there isn't really that much of a difference.
So, no, not much of a difference then. That seems okay in terms of a strategical rate. Well, suppose we'll have to see.
You can put yourself in a good position for safety cars if you want mediums.
Oh yeah, of course. If we do have a late safety car, of course, F5, our little made-up branding that we like to come up with, is the league with the most interesting final laps. Ferreira, though, is on his final lap and he's spun. And the AlphaTauri has spun the car, so won't be a good starting position for him, I don't think, as he now has to navigate his way back on and hope to get back around. Tactician is on a lap though. Or is he backed out of this one again? Yeah, he's backed out of that. That's Terror Racer and Cameron both on laps. Both these men could take pole position if the right lap is set. We will have to see what they can do. Let me know if the humming has fixed. I have tried a solution, so we'll have to wait and see. Cameron in 4th spot. Terror Racer in 5th spot. Both really close, as Cameron is purple in 1, but that doesn't seem to be a legitimate purple unless Fleddy was just quick in the last sectors. Why so little people? Attendance does normally drop around this time of the season. We are into the latter stages of the championship almost. It's just going to happen, unfortunately. But here comes Cameron on his qualifying lap. He's hooked it up well so far, Brendan. Would you say this could challenge for pole?
soon as Cameron, well, he's gaining time. A good last sector improvement should put him on provisional pole. However, you still have to wait for others to do their laps. Also, although that would count on the others being able to get in the lap they need.
Here comes Cameron. This is going to be his final lap of the session. Push it across the line, see where it takes you. It's provisional pole, it's a 26.4. But keep an eye on Fleddy and keep an eye on Terror Racer. Here comes Terror Racer, cannot snatch pole of Cameron. He'll slot in second ahead of his teammate Fleddy, who's down on his time originally. Here comes Pipmat. Pipmat will stay in sixth. Mark as well, keep an eye on him. He's been quick so far.
I think Hazara has left it as late as possible to get to the line. So
he has, Hazara. Oh yes, 5 seconds to go in the session, and Hazara has just about crossed the line. Fleddy is still down on his time, so we need to see, can Fleddy beat his teammate, and most importantly, beat Cameron to take pole back to the Alpine camp. Hazara could take it for the Alfa Romeos if he is careful, as Yogurt is still going to start sixth. Oh, Tapia! Tapia's been a bit under the radar there. He's slotted in second spot, just off pole. Interesting qualifying as Marcus Purple into... Fleddy, though, is entering the Veiled Chicane, and he's a tenth of a second up. This would take pole if he can just keep it. Oh, he's had a wobble, and he's had a massive wobble, and this is going to lose some time, and he's across, and he's spun across the line. Fleddy's lost a lap in the latter stages. Here comes Mark, though, around the final corner for Williams. It is only sixth spot for Mark. Terror Racer has backed off his lap. Cameron, of course, they're both finished their laps, but here comes Hazara, True Maggots, True Beckett's, and True Chapel. Is Hazara 6 up? Yep, that's just a bug. Don't worry about that. It was only an outlap for Hazara down the Wellington straight. He's down on his time, but he's going to keep pushing it. Is the Alfa Romeo. This could be good enough for pole if he can just hook up this last sector. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, that's disappointing. He's lost it. Black Box is slotted in ninth. Here comes Bjorn, the Alfa Romeo's teammate. Bugatti on ninth now. Here comes Bjorn for 10th. And that is qualifying. Here in Britain, it is pole for Cameron in his home Grand Prix. The Italian Grand Prix winner Cameron has put it on pole.
Yep, so there is a carrying on form. That is a prime example of it. He's finally got the win, and now he ends up, well, on pole under Yogurt. You have to wonder, less than 2 tenths off pole, despite only getting in one lap at the start of the session. What could have been?
Yeah, what could have been if that? Whoa, that was an IRL lag spike. If that Aston Martin had just got out of the way. Cameron is on pole. The Scotsman in Silverstone is on pole position for Red Bull. Tapia second, Terror Racer, and then Fleddy in fourth. That's a good spot for Fleddy. He could do a lot with this in the race. Hazara fifth, Mark in sixth, Yogurt seventh, Pipman in eighth, Bugatti ninth, Bjorn 10th, Black Box 11th, Ferrara 12th, Tactician 13th, Cherry to Pie 14th, and Kaki in 15th. So Cherry to Pie and Kaki ending up the worst due to DNFs in qualifying. Well, we have an interesting race in prospect. We have to see the weather as well. I mean, I do apologise about that humming, folks. I'll hope to get that fixed for you next week. As I don't really... Oh, Yogurt's disconnected. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
that's not very good. That's not very good for Yogurt. But Brendan, I am going to ask you, who do you think is going to win the PSGL F5 British Grand Prix?
Who knows it, but one thing's for certain, we'll probably get a DRS train from all this. The thing is, with F5 you can't really predict, as there is easily the chance of a safety car flipping up flipping the script. Maybe some of the guys who do start outside the top 10 could be able to sneak their way up if maybe 1 or 2 things go the way, and even if they are able to keep up in the DRS train at the start, then it's very possible that you'll see somebody who's there maybe 11th, 12th on the grid to end up maybe 3rd or 4th by the end of the race.
Yogurt is back in the session. Thankfully, the McLaren man is back. He had a fantastic start to the season, winning the opening race. Sadly, the form has not continued. The bottom folks, Black Box, Ferreira, Tactician, Cherry to Pie and Khaki, all on the medium. The top 10, of course, on the softs, as they're required to do. All on the soft compound of tyres. We'll get the positional change up for you for the race start, as it can be an important one. Cameron starts on pole in Silverstone.
Which is ironic given Cameron's in a Red Bull.
Yes, the Brit in a Red Bull. Do let me know if that humming has fixed. I have tried a temporary solution there. That is why you did see the blue screen. But Cameron is on pole, of course, as we said. He won in Monza. Can we get an opposite Charles Leclerc? He won in Monza. He wins in Silverstone. Of course, the famous Charles Leclerc phrase, he won at Spa, he wins in Monza. But we do have an interesting race in prospect. Tapia could also challenge for this one, you know. Tapia is very good. He's a very... I know this isn't going to make sense originally, but he's very, very racy. He always goes for a move, and he'll try to send it at the best possible opportunity. So, Tapia, a good prospect to watch. There is a Dutchman behind in third and a Dutchman behind in fourth. Both Alpine drivers. Dutch, of course. So we're in for 26 good laps of the Silverstone circuit. Khaki is... Oh, Yogurt's still not back in here, Brendan, so this may not be a good race for him.
Although, if he can... Hopefully this doesn't result in anything too bad.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully we don't get too many glitches. Khaki will line us up on the grid for Silverstone. It is the Mercedes-man who DNF'd in qualifying. He will go again, but Cameron will lead us away at the top of the grid for Silverstone. Here we go then. The lights will come out as the graphics are already glitching, unfortunately. And we're back. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. We are racing in Silverstone. Is it a good start from our pole sitter Cameron? He has got a good one. It's Terror Racer who's the best at the stats. He's past Tapia at the start and he's already up to second spot. Cameron clear into 3 as there's a little bit of chaos at the back. Yogurt has managed to get back in. Bugatti's gone off the circuit. So that is a good start for Cameron. Hazara is pushing Tapia off the circuit, and there's an Alpine getting caught up. Fleddy's dropping spots, dropped 2 to 6th. Tapia and Hazara under attack, and Cameron weaving at the front of the pack. But it is into this section of the circuit. There hasn't been too many front wings flying anywhere, and everyone seems to get through that one scot-free, which is interesting because turn 1 of Silverstone is a difficult one. But we come down the all-start finish straight into Cop's corner. Thankfully there's no one going alongside Cameron to take him out for this one, but we're all clean on lap number 1 so far. Tapia, the real loser there, the poor start, and was getting pushed off the circuit by Hazara. As now Terror Racer is going to be looking to attack Cameron. Score table still hasn't been upgraded for Bahrain, guys. Yeah, we apologise for that. That is out of our control, as the standings seem to be a little bit delayed this season, but we are all clear here on lap 1 in Silverstone, as the 2 Aston Martins have had good starts. Cherry Tapai is up 4 spots into 10th on the medium. He's our top medium runner as we head on to lap 2 in Silverstone. Brendan, would you like to run us through our winners and losers quickly?
Yep, I'm happy to do that. As well, Hazara up to 3rd. And then Terror Racer also positioned the Topsy team, who originally qualified 2nd, and that was a brilliant qualifying, is now down to 4th, so not great for him. And then also some other big winners. Cherry to Pie, after their crush of qualifying, is up to 10th. Bjorn is up to 8th, also Mark up to 5th. Then Ferreira, and then somebody also Bugatti, who went off circuit on lap 1, picked up a time penalty there, although he might be able to get that removed, as it was an instant one.
Yeah, time penalty for Bugatti there. He may get to be able. He may be able to get that one removed. Fleddy, though, in the Alpine, is looking to attack our friendly neighbourhood Spaniard in 5th spot of Mark. Mark's had a good getaway. He's not normally one for lap ones. He's had a decent one here, though. Fleddy is looking to attack him, though. Fleddy does seem to have good raw pace today. Just a poor lap one as that's Mark off the circuit. Down the hanger straight. He's going to be a sitting duck, surely, for the Alpine. Oh, Fleddy, is he going to go the inside or the outside? It's going to be the inside for Fleddy. He's going to send it. No, Marcus just kept that one ahead. Good straight line speed in the back of that Williams. It looks clearly as there's some movement at the back of the pack. That is Bugatti and Black Box. Bugatti making some moves, but Cameron is slowly falling into the clutches of Terror Racer. And no, he's not leading the race by 1 minute and 29 seconds. That is a graphical error. Top your team with the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, so looking fairly interesting at the moment. Everyone close. Although Azara might want to close up a little more to Terror Racer.
Yeah, he's finding himself under a bit of threat from Tapia here in the Haas. We've seen Tapia look for a move originally into turn 3, but Cameron is still weaving at the front of the pack. So, still sees Terror Racer as a threat to his race lead here in Silverstone. I'm sure he will want to win his home Grand Prix. This is another manoeuvre from the second Red Bull of Bugatti. He's past Ferreira now. It's a real F1 here. The second Red Bull starting at the back of the pack and making have to... Wow. That is a real fumble. He is making moves up to the front of the pack. Hazara has... He's gapped Tapia a little bit now, as Tapia seems to be struggling for some reason on the second part of this lap. But Terror Racer is not someone who's struggling. He's going for the race lead. The Alpine will pull alongside and he will go for the inside, and that's it done. Terror Racer takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. Cameron slots into second. Might just do a bit of fuel saving though and stay in behind, but he will not want to drop any further back to the Alpine than he already is, because he is falling slowly and could find himself into the clutches of Hazara. Fastest lap of the race for our current race leader, for Terror Racer for Alpine.
Well, now let's see here. Is anything on Mark and Tapia now? Tapia seems to be the one who's struggling, as he's had a huge snap of oversteer nearly. And Zara has really caught up now. So,
Tapia does seem to be struggling. Cameron also seems to be struggling a little bit here. The tires, the softs don't look to be in the best spot. Oh, do we have a spinner there? No, I think it's just a graphics error, as Ferreira is looking to go around the outside of Black Box, but he hasn't did that yet. Cameron he's falling away through the corners, but he's gaining on the straights, which is a good positive for the Red Bull, supposedly, but his tyres do look to be fading a little bit. He is getting that beautiful slipstream from the back of Terror Racer. He could even go for the race lead once again as we exit Chapel. He could go for it on the hanger straight again if he just gets a good exit. He's burning some ERS. You can see the steering wheel. He is going to shimmy him, and he is going to go for it, and that's Cameron straight back past the Alpine on the next lap. So Terror Racer's in lead, only lasting about a full lap, as we will be entering lap number 5 of 26 so far. A lot of swapping and changing. If these two do start properly fighting, Hazara though may be able to invite himself in, may be able to go for a move and just ease his way past our two front runners, as there is a fastest lap now back in Cameron's advantage. He leads the race by 0.4 of a second over his nearest rival, Terror Racer. I would have thought Fleddy would have made a few more moves by now. He seems to be locked in behind the Williams of Mark, not being able to capitalise on his good qualifying pace that he seems to have. May just be one lap.
As he actually looked a little close, although this seems like once again the effects of a DRS train are too much for an overtake. Although he is looking close.
Yeah, he is looking close, just can't make that clinical final touch. But if he can get past Mark, he will be able to try catch his way back up to Tapia. Front of the grid again. Is Terror Racer going to try swap back past on hanger straight? Is Hazara possibly going to be able to swap back past Terror Racer if a mistake is made? Lovely camera angle on the curb there, as it looks like the man who is closest, it's Terror Racer on Cameron. He's going to go for it again, possibly at the end of the hangar straight. Not burning ERS, this is DRS and tow. He's going to go up the inside of Cameron and will take the provisional race lead once again, will the Dutchman in the Alpine. We could see a trade of a fastest lap here, although Cameron holding to the inside as he has to brake early. Slowly finding himself dropping back to the Alfa Romeo.
Fleddy here. He was all over the back of Mark now.
Yeah, he's all over the back of Mark. Mark is slowly dropping and slowly fading. And now Fleddy couldn't find himself through. May have picked up a warning there. Is he going to go for the turn number 3? No, Fleddy, he just backs out. He could have got him there if he had have just sent it a little bit more.
Yeah, but maybe now might be an easier opportunity.
Maybe an easier opportunity. Look at this train up the front though. We'll stick with this battle, but if you look up the front, you can see Cameron falling away from our race leader. One Alpine is in the lead. One Alpine is looking for 5th, as he is going to send it. Down the inside goes Fleddy. He's going to have to hold it around the outside. Going to be a difficult one to pull off if Mark can just defend this, but Fleddy has shown that he's a fantastic wheel-to-wheel racer, and he shows it once again. Yogurt's going to capitalise on a little bit of battling between the Spaniard and Fleddy, as Yogurt is just going to have to tuck in behind a Cops. We've seen one high-speed impact from Yogurt today. He's not going to risk it again, but that is fantastic racing by Fleddy to just invite himself up into P number 5. As Cameron isn't as close on this lap.
One position gained. And, well, one position gained back. So how many more?
One position gained back for Fleddy. His next target is Topia Team, who is on the back of Hazara and his front train. So don't count Fleddy out just about yet. Fleddy is a fantastic wheel-to-wheel racer and will make the moves when best suited, as we've seen there. Cameron still on the back of Terror Racer for first spot, as we are now on lap number 7. Brendan, what lap will we start to see some pitters?
Oh, you could even see it next lap or something like that. Although it's probably more going to be like a lap 10 kind of thing.
So, lap 10 is the optimal, or next lap. So between 8 and 10, a pit window for the softs. Of course,
even it could be a little, maybe 11 or something, depending on who it is, really.
Hazara could look for a move on Cameron here. Just quickly back on that pin window. Fleddy. Oh, Topia's made a mistake, and that's Fleddy true. So Topia's made some sort of mistake on the exit of the corner. He's losing a lot of time down the straights, but this is Fleddy up into 4th spot as Yogurt looking once again for a move on the back of Mark. He may try it into the start of Maggots. Oh, it's going to be a good one if he can get this done. And he's side by side. Yogurt, oh, that's fantastic racing. Oh, that's fantastic overtaking from Yogurt. We didn't get the best of camera angles, but Mark is going to have another go down the hangar straight. Topia tucking into the back of Fleddy in the front, but it is Yogurt who will keep this P6 unless Mark can make some sort of move into the Vale chicane. Topia all over the shop. Fleddy into the pits, actually. He's going to try an undercut, but that is fantastic racing from Yogurt around the outside of into Maggots. He's now on the back of Topia Team. No, he's made a mistake. He's made a mistake here with Yogurt, as he's going to have to get a good run through turn 1 if he wants any sort of chance on Topia on this lap. This lets our front 3 get a little bit of a gap in front, actually, so this benefits them more than it benefits the people behind this train. But good racing from Yogurt. Don't count him out yet for a move on Topia if he can just nail the traction. These drivers do seem to be struggling with the tyres at the moment, so we will have to see if Yogurt can find a way past. No, not on this lap. Is that a good call for an undercut from Fleddy, Brendan?
It could well be. If he likes the mediums, then I think it could be a very good call, as you are able to run your own race, and you see, you won't have dirty air to think about, or well, DRS trains even, so you're just going to be able to run your own race, get a nice rhythm, and hopefully for you, get an undercut.
Hopefully an undercut for Fleddy, as there is still some action at the top of the grid. It is still Yogurt on the back of Topia. This is for P4, as we do have some pitters. We have Cesara, Terror Racer and Topia all into the pits. It is Cameron who leads the British Grand Prix ahead of Yogurt, who stays out. Bjorn stays out. So let's see where Fleddy can get in relation to these guys who've just pit. Of course, our medium runners all will be staying out. Cherry Depay in 5th, Ferreira, Black Box Tactician, Kaki, and we will have to see where Fleddy is going to come in relation to all these drivers. He's entering the final couple of corners now. The Alpine, you can see in the track map in the bottom right of your screen. This is going to be close, you know. This is going to be really, really close. Here comes Fleddy. Here's Terror Racer out of the pits. There's Fleddy. There's Fleddy. Is he ahead? No, he's not. Hazara, however, has jumped Terror Racer. So Hazara is in the provisional lead of this race. Fleddy has got Topia, but he was ahead of him anyways, and he is right on the back of his teammate. Cold tyres on that Alpine, possibly? No, he has got a good exit there. So Fleddy will have to settle behind.
So now, where will this all put Cameron?
Where will this all put Cameron is exact. We've seen Fleddy get a good undercut there. I imagine Cameron will be in at the end of this lap. In goes Cameron. Need to nail the braking. Don't want to speed. Good there from Cameron, as all these soft runners are pitting, except Bugatti, who stays out. So Bugatti stays out to 6th. Let's see where these guys will come out. Cameron in the pit lane for Red Bull.
Say that Bugatti has a big moment to oversteer.
Bugatti's a big moment. These guys are fighting. Here comes Terror Racer, gets past Hazara. So Terror Racer is pushing, and he's pushing quite a lot because he needs to jump his rival Cameron, who is in the pit lane. Cameron, is he out of his box? He is out of his box, going at that 80km pit speed limit. Here. Oh, it's 60 in Silverstone. Apologies. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Fastest lap for Fleddy. Here comes Terror Racer. Here's Cameron on exit. You'll see the Alpine to the right-hand side. There is the Red Bull. There goes Terror Racer, and there goes Hazara. Side by side as they exit the pit lane. Cameron's lost the position. He's lost the provisional race lead. He's lost provisional P2, and he's now on the back of Hazara. Gonna get a good run though, possibly, and try and get past him into this next couple of corners. Lap 10, good action here in Silverstone, but I think Hazara has pulled an absolute blinder somehow in getting past Cameron there, because he was behind him. So that is good racing from this lot, but just remember, these guys may catch up to the medium runners, which is not what they want. Oh, here comes Tactician, actually, looking for a move on IF4 Black Box. As that is Cameron, actually, past Hazara. Oh, he's got him into Beckett's! What? I do apologise for not showing that one, but that has been a fantastic overtake, regardless of the scenario, because Cameron has passed him into Beckett's.
Closing up to Terror Racer.
Cameron has a lot of speed here on these mediums. Terror Racer has almost found himself getting past on the same lap. He did just get past Cameron, but let's see, Cameron could still challenge here if he gets a good exit out of these next few corners.
It is very possible, although I don't really think it would be the smartest idea.
That is Topia with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. That's an interesting one. I'm surprised at that one, actually. So here we go. We have a little bit of a DRS train here on lap 11. We are almost halfway through the Grand Prix, actually. It's been an interesting one so far. As we have a beautiful aerial shot now of the pack. There's a lot of cars in close proportions. As Black Box picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Well, yeah. Saying nobody really in this lead battle has a penalty.
No, penalties don't seem to be as easy to get on this new build as they were in the last. Cameron is going to size up a move on Terror Racer once again through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Fleddy has picked up a tree now, just as we say that it wasn't easy to get them. Here comes Cameron. He's passed. Easy as you like on the hanger straight. Terror Racer has been left for dust. Cameron leads, well, provisionally, his home Grand Prix once again. They are 16 seconds behind the medium runners. Surely they're not going to catch before the end here. Surely not.
Well, let's see, I see lap 12. So obviously with the pit stops, you're probably, honestly, the softs will be able to do one or two more laps than they would, than what the people that start a race in softs could do. So we'll still probably see a lap 17 or something, like a pit stop then for the softs.
So lap 17 for the softs. This has to just be a slipstream thing, because Terror Racer is right on the back of Cameron again. We're going to get an interesting end to this Grand Prix if these two keep swapping and changing like this. As Terror Racer is now...
GRS.
Cameron... We'll get the telemetry up to show the ERS. There it is. 92 for Cameron. That is a lot of ERS he has left in the tank. I think Tactician could be going for a move on the back of Black Box here down the chicane. He's been sat behind him for quite a while. These two just simply slipstreaming each other as they have been swapping and changing.
Look how much they're closing in. As that straight was about 200 meters longer, you'd be thinking a move would be on.
Yeah, these two have been swapping and changing all races. We're saying we are now halfway through the British Grand Prix, the F5 British Grand Prix, as Yogurt sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Kaki picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Topia is on the back of this train again. So Topia has managed to reshuffle himself into this order. As Bugatti stayed out, he's still on the softs. I only realised the Red Bull is still on the softs.
I mean, can't blame him for just trying something. There's not really much else he can do.
No, he was really far down. So fair play to him for trying something different to the others. Oh, that's cherry to pie off at Chapel. I'm wondering, are the mediums starting to fade away a little bit as well?
Right, that's what mediums are like. What are Bugatti softs looking like?
Yeah, oh, he stays out for another lap. He's done over half the race on the compound you're not meant to do over half the race on. That is for sure.
Red Bull doing lots of laps and tyres. It's a Checo Perez moment I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's looking a lot like Checo Perez today, Bugatti is. As this is Kaki in the pits. What's top?
His pace at the moment is probably too much like Checo Perez at this track in particular.
Yeah, he's an Alex Albon Checo Perez hybrid. As that is Kaki in for the softs. So Kaki's going for a gamble. He's going to drop to the foot of the order as what actually happened, Mark? He's down to 15th. So something has happened, Mark, that he has dropped that low. I'm unsure to what that is. As Bugatti is... Oh... No, sorry, I thought the train was catching up. What happened?
No, we haven't had a retirement yet.
No, we have not had a retirement yet, and that is good record for us here in F5. We normally have at least one person out on lap number 1. These guys are running so close to each other, I would not be surprised if we get a collision at some point in this Grand Prix, as they are running extremely close.
And, yeah. We still have what is effectively the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still running in sync pretty much. Oh,
we have a lot of pitters now. The top 5 all in the pit lane. Terror Racer will take the lead. Maybe, although, like, I'm sorry, why did Bugatti stay out so long? He will have,
I mean, maybe he just wants to get dragged along with DRS.
Maybe, but like, he's on mediums and these guys are all on softs. As that is Terror Racer. That is Terror Racer in the lead, meaning he has passed Cameron. So he must have got him again.
Yeah.
when we were all caught up in other moments of this race, Terra Racer retakes the lead. I do apologise for that. I've completely missed that one.
Cameron, he's not using his ERS, and he probably should be.
I'm sure he's actually just happy, to be honest, sitting behind, because it's not like he's going to fall away too much with this DRS and ERS situation. He's in a good spot, and maybe he's just waiting until the last lap, because everything for his race always happens on the last lap.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
Tapia is sat behind and sizing up a move on Fleddy. Every lap he gets that little bit closer through that corner. Cops, of course I'm talking about. And it's like he's going to size up a move there. So, this will be interesting to see, as Cameron is right on the back of Terra Racer. No move for him on lap number 15 as we head onto lap number 16. It's been an interesting race so far. The laps are ticking down. We have to wait and see where our soft runners can fall into play here, because they're not even too far behind this lot. They've all had fantastic stints. They didn't trip over one another, and they have all put themselves in good opportunity. Which is good, because some of them need good results. Bugatti needs a good result. Ferrara really needs a good result. He's having an awful season so far. As is that Cameron going for a move at the top? No, it is not. Cameron is just going to sit behind in second position. But Brendan, will we see these mediums die towards the end of the race? Did they pit too early? And could we see the likes of Cherry to Pie and Tactician be really fast at the end of the race? Or will they all just be on dead tyres?
Well, mind you, the soft runners, they only pit a lap ago, so they need to, well, they'll still have to drag their tyres over 10 laps. So it is a bit of a toss-up, as you could see the softs maybe run out before they really get their chance. And then the mediums then die out, as the case of whose tyres have to, well, aren't as dead as the others.
Yeah, it's these top three, I'm just watching them here as you're speaking. They are running so close to one another. It is crazy how close they're getting to each other in the braking without even a sniff of contact. And surely once someone at the front goes for a move, it's going to dislodge this whole train, as Cherry to Pie takes the fastest lap of the British Grand Prix, and he also picks himself up a 3-second penalty. The two Aston Martins really close on circuit, as it's going to be Cherry to Pie surely getting past Pipmat, as Pipmat is on old mediums and going to be absolute gobbled up by this train. As Black Box he's miles back. He's definitely had some sort of wobble. He's 2.6 seconds off the train. Hazard is right on the back of Cameron. He could look for a move here if possible. Of course, Cameron has 1 lap fresher tyres than everyone around him, 2 lap fresher tyres than Fleddy. So Cameron could have a lot better tyres if he managed them towards the end of the race. As Yogurt is now right on the back of these guys again. Yogurt, he had a bit of a mixed first stint. Realistically, he's back up, and Bjorn is in no man's land in this race. Poor Bjorn is going to be swabbled by the guys, as Cherry to Pie and Bugatti both getting past Pipmat. Bugatti is going to put Cherry to Pie under a bit of pressure now, I believe, because Cherry to Pie has been held up behind his teammate True, Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Cameron is still right on the back of Terra Racer and not dropping an inch of form. This is good racing from these two. They've both battled many a time. They have had blows many a time as well, especially in Zandvoort, where they crashed on the final lap. Terra Racer went on to win. Cameron DNF'd, not taking any points. What would the best tactic for Cameron be here to get past? Would it be to wait, or would it be go for it now and try pull a gap?
Well, he can wait, and obviously he's got championships to think about. But obviously, it's not Hazard behind, so if he was maybe waiting for too long, he could end up getting passed by Hazara, which would ruin his entire plan. So it is, does he go for it now and then just try pull away? Mightn't be able to do that.
I don't think he will pull away personally because of these DRS trains. They are really, really powerful. He is looking for it now as he's lifted off the throttle there, so he is just sat behind and going to possibly force Terror Racer into a mistake. He's happy in the position he's in, and he's going to just try force Terror Racer into some sort of mistake. We're going on to lap 19, folks. This has been a great race so far, as it's all still to play for, because these guys are going to start dislodging themselves and are going to start going for moves, which is it's going to cause chaos, or it's going to cause fantastic races for people as cherry to pie. So that's another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 28.5.
And well, let's see, can he catch Bjorn? Although Cherry to Pie has a penalty.
I think he can catch Bjorn, as he is catching. He's caught 1.6 seconds since the last time we checked on Bjorn, but he does have to pull another 3 seconds as well. That will be the difficult part of that, as Hazara is also settling in behind the Red Bull. So they're all just happy to stick in this train, as Yogurt would be. Yogurt doesn't seem to wait around. He could be someone who could go for a move, possibly, as he is right on the back of Top. As that's Pipmat gone. Ooh. That is Pipmat, who's had a spin there, I think. At the exit of, is that Luffield? Can't quite tell. But that is Pipmat gone as he broke his wing. Something tells me he has, because he's very slow through the corners. We'll get a better look at it now, as hopefully the camera changes. Looks all intact to me, as Tapia and Yogurt are now both fighting. So whatever's happened there, Yogurt was gone for a move on Tapia as we were distracted with that spin of Pipmat, who we said was struggling on the mediums. He will certainly be struggling now on the mediums. Hazara. Oh, it looks like he's looking for some sort of move on Cameron, but every time he does, he has a wobble of some sort and just loses time and falls himself. Oh no, Tapia's going for a move on Fleddy. This train might finally be dislodged as Tapia, the Dutchman, goes for a move on Fleddy, and he's got the move done. Tapia's up to 4th. He feels that he has the tyres and he has the pace to push for the podium. Hazara is also going to have to look for a move soon, because he is going to find himself under threat from Tapia.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he's under threat now, and obviously any mistake will get punished severely.
And another thing that happens when Hazara pushes, he pushes right into the back of this Red Bull. He's burning ERS, as you can see, on the steering wheel. He's gone for it. Cameron's gone for it. Cameron's gone for the race lead. The two race leaders who've been race lead swap once again, and Cameron takes the race lead. Terror Racer to the outside, and Hazara's down the inside. This train is well and truly dislodged here in Silverstone. Cameron leads the British Grand Prix, but here comes Hazara trying the inside on the Alpine. It's Alfa Romeo versus Alpine. Hazara's looking for the move, but he can't quite get it done, and it looks like Cameron is going to try taking control of this Grand Prix. He's going to try take a demanding lead, as he only leads by 0.4 of a second. Terror Racer could well fight this one back, as that's Mark gone at the final corner. Is that a crash? No, it's some sort of spin there, but we have to go back to this battle up the front, as Hazara is looking for a move on Terror Racer. The Alfa Romeo is going to try and get it done. Terror Racer has just lost all pace he's had, as no, he's not quite close enough, as this is Yogurt and Fleddy. Fleddy seems to be our biggest struggler today. Yogurt's going to go try round the outside. We've seen Fleddy do this move once. Fleddy's going to have this move done to him, as Yogurt has got the move done for P number 5. Fantastic racing from SXT Yogurt. Cameron is leading this race. Terror Racer needs to close that gap, or he will get passed by the Alfa Romeo of Hazara, and Hazara has the pace to keep with Cameron. We've seen that today. As here we go. Is Terror Racer going to go for it back? Yes, of course he is. DRS. It's going to be the inside for Terror Racer. These two just swapping and changing as Terror Racer takes the lead of the British Grand Prix once again. These two swapping and changing may cost them eventually, because Azara may find a way to sneak past one of them when they swap and change, and that will put Azara in a fantastic position. Topia could also look to get past as well. Fleddy seems to be our biggest struggler though. He seems to be struggling a bit as he has lost position to Topia and he has lost position to Yogurt. We're on lap 22 here.
Yep, lap 22, and it's been a quiet enough race by FI standards. Like, there hasn't been.
It really has. We haven't had a safety car.
No, I haven't even had a VSC.
Oh no, this is... Are we going to actually get all 15 runners and no pauses in the race? That would be crazy.
Oh no, Kaki's in the pits. I wonder what will happen.
He may just be going for a fastest lap attempt for his dignity. Kaki, I don't think, isn't too bothered by his results. So we'll have to wait and see. There's Cameron right on the back of Terror Racer again. He's going to go for the move, I imagine. These two are just going to keep swapping and changing by the looks of it on the hangar straight, as it looks like Black Box and Pitman are fighting at the back of the order. But we do have to stay with this battle for the race lead. Cameron's going to go for it, as he has done, I imagine. He's going to burn some ERS. We'll have a look on the steering wheel. There it is burning. He's going to go for it. Inside goes Cameron on... Terror Racer, and look at Hazara capitalising. We said he tried, and he tried capitalise on Terror Racer, just letting Cameron coast through. He sent it, and rightly so, and he's gone for it again. Big lock up on the brakes for the Alfa Romeo to try and get past Terror Racer. We head to lap 23. Cameron has capitalised because of that, and we thought Hazara might try that because these two were just being real lackadaisical in terms of their overtakes. Terror Racer just letting Cameron coast through. Hazara tried to capitalise on it, which was good racing from him. Contact between Hazara and Terror Racer. Black Box is our first retirement in the pit lane. This is going to let Cameron bolt away in this race lead as Terror Racer and Hazara have made contact, and it is a 7/10 of a second gap for Cameron.
Play went and all that, so I think.
Did a front wing end plate go in that?
Yeah, I saw something go off.
Do you know which car or which colour? We'll have a look actually and see. Is it on the Alfa Romeo? It's not on the Alpha. It's not on the Alpine. Maybe yellow flag. And oh, that's just
Yogurt.
Black Box.
I think Yogurt ended up being the one caught out with that.
Oh yeah, that's a front wing end plate gone for SXT Yogurt.
And
oh,
Fleddy.
he's really struggling, and Fleddy as well. So these guys, and this is Bjorn coming into play, and this is Cherry to Pie coming into play as well. As Fleddy's really struggling. This is Bjorn pass, and that was chaos. What happened there? I'm not even really sure what happened myself, to be honest.
I think there was slightly a contact between maybe the Terror Racer and Azara, and it just caused a concertina effect.
I think so. I think so. Terror Racer is catching back up to Cameron though, so this British Grand Prix is not over yet. Lap 24-26. We'll get the ERS situation up for you. It is... Oh, it's well in Cameron's favour here. It is well in Cameron's favour, but just... Don't forget, these tyres are going to drop off soon, as that is Bjorn now, up to 5th past Yogurt. So well done, Bjorn. As unfortunately we did have a DNF. That was Black Box who DNF'd and all that chaos. It was a retirement in the pits, and that is unfortunate for Fleddy. That's unfortunate for Fleddy, who drops out of the points. Yogurt is going to carry on like the soldier he is to try snatch some points today. He could well do it because he does have a bit of a gap to Ferreira and Tactician, but Bugatti is now going to try squeeze it way past Yogurt. Oh, this is going to be dangerous if they go side by side through Cops, because Yogurt does not have to turn in. Is Bugatti going to send it side by side through Cops? Oh, that's a send from... Oh, that is a send, Lewis Hamilton. That is how you do it. What a send from Bugatti as Terror Racer's right on the back of Cameron. And Hazara, these three, just not letting up. Race lead. Hazara's going to try it as well. Contact! Hazara's around. The Alfa Romeo's lost it. He's lost the podium. This sends Topia team up the front. Hazara has gone for the risk we said he would take. He's gone for the inside. And it is all ending in tears. And his teammate Bjorn gets them through.
So Bjorn is now just seemingly just snuck his way up to 4th. Jerry Topai snuck up to 6th. Guy up to 7th after the weirdest strategy I've ever seen around this racetrack.
I have never seen a weirder strategy than Bugatti has, but it's working. But this race is not over as we're on the penultimate lap here, folks. It's been a fantastic race. But Cameron, it has to be the last lap. This guy cannot do anything other than the last lap. He's lost 3 races on the last lap. He has won 1 on the last lap. He could win another. Terror Racer and Cameron have had 1 fight on the last lap, and it was Zandvoort. Cameron ended up in the wall. Terror Racer ended up winning. Cameron is going to have to push and try to get past the Alpine. This is going to be a fantastic final lap as Tapia, if these two make contact, Tapia will win this British Grand Prix. But these two have been very clean. Onto the hangar straight. Who gets the better exit? Is Cameron going to burn? Surely Terror Race is going to just defend this lap now, possibly. Into the hangar straight, not going to let him through.
Well,
Cameron's not going to close enough.
Lines here. No, well, unnecessary defensive lines, I'd hope. Because he needs to just drive normally until he has to defend.
Final lap of the British Grand Prix. Cameron is 4/10 of a second behind Terror Racer. These two have been battling all race. Cameron has 1 lap fresher tyres as well. Will get you an ERS situation. It's 91 for Cameron. Cameron is in a fantastic position. If he can just make the move, it's gonna have to be late and it's going to have to be good, because this is it. He's possibly 2 more opportunities, maybe 3 more opportunities.
Well, obviously you could do some of the cops, but that involves the risk of taking yourself and the other party.
Terror Racer's had a wobble. Terror Racer has had a big wobble. This move into cops is not going to happen. He is not close enough. But Terror Racer has had a wobble. It's going to have to be the hangar straight if it's anything, surely. At this point in the race, he's going to have to burn ERS and DRS, and Terror Racer is going to defend. But Tapia, as Hazara has got back past Bjorn. Here we go. Through Chapel. He's 1 more run to do it. They're both going to be burning ERS. Here comes Cameron. Here comes Cameron in the Red Bull. Last lap, British Grand Prix. Alpine defends. It's gonna have to be the outside. He's gonna have 1 more corner. This is gonna be the chicane. He swapped them and he switched them. What an overtake from Cameron. He's pushed Terror Racer off, and Terror Racer made contact. Tapia could sneak his way through. Terror Racer wins the British Grand Prix, but Cameron second and Tapia third. The 2 Alfa Romeos have just allowed Cherry to buy in. Hazara's pushed his teammate off. Bjorn thankfully keeps the position due to a penalty. Bugatti 7th. Tactician is going to finish 9th actually due to that penalty. What a last lap to the British Grand Prix. Cameron tried it all, but it was not enough to win. Terror Racer takes his 2nd win of the PSGL F5 season. But some questionable defending from the two, I would say. Well, from Terror Racer, sorry. Cameron obviously wasn't defending.
Cameron gave the big squeeze, which forced Terror Racer into that position. So you'd wonder if both cancelled the other out.
Yeah, it was an interesting one for sure. I thought if Cameron pulled that one off, if Cameron pulled that move off into the chicane, that is one of the best overtakes I've ever seen.
Yeah. I wonder what the reaction of this one is now.
Well, Terror Racer says GG Cameron, great race. Tapia says so close. I said it was utterly mental, because it was. But yeah, it's a fantastic Grand Prix. I do hope you've enjoyed, folks. That was a fast one. A fast one. Well, it wasn't a fast race. It was an entertaining one. There's your podium. The Britain is spoiled by the Dutchman in Silverstone. Where would you see it, folks? Except the Britain is in the Red Bull in this version. Your final results. Terra Racer wins in Holland. Look at the gap that he won by. Wow. Cameron finishes in second. Topia in third. Hazara fourth. Bjorn fifth. Cherry to Pie sixth. Bugatti seventh. Ferreira eighth. Taxician ninth. Yoga 10th. Pip Matt 11th. Mark 12th. Fleddy 13th. Kaki 14th. And Black Box, our non-finisher, in 15th. But Brendan, final thoughts on that one?
What a race, and F5 laps, the best thing invented.
Yes, that was crazy. I certainly enjoyed that one. I do hope you folks at home enjoyed that one also, as that was a fantastic F5 Grand Prix. Do join us next week, however, for the... I will get it now.
It is...
the Austrian Grand Prix. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. The Austrian Grand Prix. Do hope you enjoyed. We will see you next week in Austria. Stay safe, stay well, and good night from myself.